We are discussing cancel culture, and more specifically, the sensitivity of everyone in today's America. It's truly amazing how quickly we have become this sensitive group of babies. And the only way I can really describe all of these situations, whether it's Pepe Le Pew or what's happening with Pierce Morgan or what's happening with Mumford and Sons, I will get into all of those, by the way. The only way I can describe it is lame. That is the word I would use. It's lame. And I want to start with the Mumford and Sons. I know I did a little bit of this in my first segment, but I want to, everyone who's just joining us, I want you to catch up with this. It's a really incredible story, and I'll tell you why. I've heard people apologize for tweeting something bad from, 10 years ago. And I get that. You do say things in life that you regret, you're sorry for, or you don't think really represent how you truly feel. I totally understand that. You can ask anybody. You can ask my parents. You can ask the mailer manager. I'm a big I'm sorry person. I don't think there's anything wrong with apologizing when you've done something wrong. But we've gotten to a place in our society where people are apologizing for the wackiest offenses, and I'm using air quotes, that I've ever heard. For having an opinion, you have to say you're sorry. For disagreeing with someone, you have to say you're sorry. For reading a book that other people don't want to read, you have to say you're sorry. It's wild. So this guy, his name is Winston Marshall. He's the banjo player from Mumford and Sons. Thank you, Jared. I am not a Mumford and Sons stan. I don't know all of their music. I do recognize this beat. It's good music. It's fine. I mean, I'm all for that kind of music, the top 100 you hear in the radio, so good for them. One of their band members, the banjo player, his name is Winston Marshall. He, at some point in the, last few days, congratulated the author Andy Ngo. And Andy Ngo wrote a book about Antifa. It's called Unmasked: Inside Antifa's Radical Plan to Destroy Democracy. I saw this book floating around a lot of places. A lot of, Fox News, Newsmax, a lot of people are talking about it. This was his tweet, this Mumford and Sons guy. Congratulations, Andy Ngo. Finally had the time to read your important book. You are a brave man. So he tweets that out, and he gets inundated with venom from the inclusive, diverse, tolerant Twitter trolls that are the hall monitors of our society. The busybodies that control everything we do and say had a problem with this tweet. And here's where the story gets amazing. Rather than say, tough luck, you disagree with me, too bad, move along. This guy, Winston Marshall, apologized. And he didn't just say he was sorry. I have to read you the actual statement. It is so cringeworthy. All right, ready? Over the past few days, I have come to better understand the pain caused by the book I endorsed. I have offended not only a lot of people I don't know, but also those closest to me, including my bandmates. And for that, I am truly sorry. As a result of my actions, I am taking time away from the band to examine my blind spots. For now, please know that I realize how my endorsements have the potential to be viewed as approvals of hate and divisive behavior. I apologize, as this was not at all my intention.
And he's sorry.
He's sorry. He's sorry that he hurt anybody's feelings. I have to say, I'm embarrassed for these people. I'm embarrassed for these grown men or women who are so cowardly that they have to apologize to a few people who were offended on Twitter. At some point, don't you go, you know what? No, I got to stick to my principles here. I can't apologize for reading a book. I can't apologize for liking a book that other people don't like. But they apologize. And here's the interesting part about this cancel culture, because, Pepe Le Pew, sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles are not allowed to be called something. I won't say the name on the air for fear that we will be canceled. But there's all this backlash for everything whenever you say something that the left doesn't like. But the left is allowed to say whatever they want. And that's what's so frustrating, is we can't have any sort of open dialogues if they go against the narrative being pushed. And another example, we talked a lot this week about the royal interview. I was going to say the royal wedding. Happier times. We talked about the royal interview where Meghan Markle and Prince Harry sat down with Oprah and bashed the royal family. This interview was a $7 million interview. Now, they're saying they didn't get paid for it, whatever. I don't really care about the nitty gritty. But it was meant to, obviously do something to help with their image or whatever. Piers Morgan, who's a British guy, he's the TV host of the Britain version of Good Morning America. It's Good Morning Britain, I believe it's called. He said he didn't buy it. He thought they were full of crap, and he thought they were wrong for insulting the Queen. Now, you can agree with him or disagree with him, but Meghan Markle lodged a formal complaint after he accused her of lying. So she can go on Oprah and say whatever she wants against a family that cannot really fight back. It's just not what they do. The royals do not make comments. I know they released that statement yesterday, but that's the most you're ever going to hear of them. And she knows that. But she can say whatever she wants, and they can't write back. But Piers Morgan actually has guts, whether you like him or not. And he goes, I think this is bull. And now Piers Morgan is resigning or something from that show because it was too much free speech. It was too much, opposing views. We can only have one view. And it just drives me crazy, because when do people get to a point where we stop coddling people? People disagree with me all the time. And that's wonderful. When I get someone who writes back to me on Twitter and says, I hate you, I think your opinion sucks, you're the worst, you're a toad, I just think, wow. Well, one, thank you for reading my stuff on the Boston Herald, but two, cool, you can feel that way. But the left can't do that. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. And they come up with these groveling apologies. Like this guy from Mumford & Sons, he probably, and we'll look it up, he probably has millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And he doesn't have the guts to say, whatever. They can come after me. They'll get over it. No, we all bend. We shape ourselves around these spoiled brats to make them happy. And it's insane. And I used to kind of be like that a little bit. Like for a while working for Howie, I was pretty reserved about just how conservative I felt. I never wanted to say anything that would, get people angry. But at this point, if liking books is going to get people angry, I'm all in. Let's go.